Point of view refers to the vantage point from which the story is told. There are three different possible points of view. The first is first-person narrator, unreliable narrators, and third-person narrator. For the first-person narrator, sometimes the narrator is the character who uses the first-person I, or sometimes we, to tell the story. For example, in Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises, I could picture it. I have a habit of imagining the conversations between my friends. We went out to Cafe Napolitain to have an aperitif and watch the evening crowd on the boulevard. Sometimes, however, a first-person narrator may tell a story that is primarily about someone else. Such a narrator may be a minor character who plays a relatively small part in the story or simply an observer who reports events experienced or related by others. The first-person narrator also simplifies a writer's task of selecting details. Only the events and details that the narrator could actually have seen or experienced can be introduced into the story. The major advantage of first-person narrators is that their restricted view can create irony, a discrepancy between what is said and what readers believe to be true. Irony may be dramatic, situational, or verbal. Dramatic irony occurs when a narrator or character perceives less than readers do. Situational irony occurs when what happens is at odds with that readers are led to expect. And verbal irony occurs when the narrator says one thing but actually means another. Some narrators are unreliable because they are naive. Because they are immature, sheltered, or innocent of evil. These narrators may not be aware of the full significance of the events they are relating. For example, a child narrator. Sometimes first-person narrators may be self-serving, mistaken, confused, unstable, or even mad. For example, in Edgar Allan Poe's The Cask of Amontillado, the narrator, Montresor, tells his story to justify a crime he committed 50 years before. Montresor's version of what happened is not accurate, and perceptive readers know it. His obvious self-deception, his sadistic manipulation of Fortunato, his detached description of the cold-blooded murder, and his lack of remorse lead readers to question his sanity. This distrust creates an ironic distance between readers and narrator. Some third-person narrators are omniscient, all-knowing narrators, moving at will from one character's mind to another. One advantage of omniscient narrators is that they are objective. Their perception is not limited. Sometimes omniscient narrators move not only in and out of the minds of the characters, but also in and out of a persona, representing the voice of the author that speaks directly to readers. Third-person narrators can have limited omniscience, focusing on only what a single character experiences. In other words, events are limited to one character's perspective, and nothing is revealed that the character does not see, hear, feel, or think. Third-person narrators can tell a story from an objective point of view, remaining entirely outside the character's mind. With objective narrators, events unfold the way they would a play or a movie. Narrators tell the story only by reproducing dialogue and recounting events. They do not present the character's thoughts or explain their motivation. Thus, they allow readers to interpret the action of the characters without any interference. For example, Ernest Hemingway uses the objective point of view in his short story, A Clean, Well-Lighted Place. The story's narrator is distant, seemingly emotionless, and this perspective is consistent with the author's purpose. For Hemingway, the attitude of the narrator reflects the stunned, almost anesthetized condition of the people in the post-World War I world. Okay, this is the end of the video. I hope you can understand the element of the point of view, then identify the element of the point of view in stories.